Hey, I hope you're well. It is 5:23 p.m., November 30th, 2023. I'm going to pull some cards because there's weird stuff that I'm feeling, and I can't make sense of it because it feels like ancient Avalonian stuff. So get your coffee, tea, or whatever. Let's see what this is about. I saw a bunch of dragons in the clouds, some angels, and lots of birds. Lots of birds. And what else? Oh, I was asked to tell you that some of you have been having a really productive day despite you thinking you didn't do enough. There's a lot of little things you've been doing to take care of your environment, your home. That's helping, like the decluttering. So I hope you got your confirmation. Earlier today, it was just strange because I was sitting there and it felt like I was hearing somebody almost have like a minor meltdown because they were trying to do too much around the house. And then they were like, oh, I'll never get done. But they didn't realize how much they were already doing or they got done. So don't be so hard on yourself. This isn't going to be about anybody specific, okay? This is about this strange Avalon message I got just a few minutes ago. 'Faith and trust with purity and nourishment.' Okay. It looks like something melting and there's something under the snow. It's like an old ancient place. Something that was protected by some kind of ice, snow. And see how over here it's not ice or snow anymore. It's bloomed into a different continent. "31 and 32. 4, 5. There's something ancient in the land, like the entire planet. If you can, I don't know when you're going to watch this or when you're not going to watch this, but try to turn off your electronics and tune into nature. Try to feel the trees, try to sense the air, try to see stars if you can. There's a grid on the moon. I don't know if you can see it. You see that? Oh, the computer is rattling again. I keep seeing this like a bunch of water being contained in those little points in that grid. And then here, there's some of it missing. Like the water poured out and created that land, that soil. It's like that, whatever's in there is right there. Maybe this isn't about, I can see how this could be about someone's pregnancy. What is this about? Why am I even being asked to do this? The Empress of Protection and the Patroness of Impossible Causes. Okay, so what about it? Say these affirmations for yourself. I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. So whatever worries you have, stop feeding that goblin that feeds off of the worry energy. I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. Bring whatever fear you have in your root. It might be about stability, business, work, children, your inner child. Bring it up to the heart. Have compassion for it. Even for the fact that you might have felt worry or fear. Because that's not easy on the body. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. See? Whenever you feel that worry, let it actually become something positive and a reminder that you are safe and protected, that all is well. Stahmed, Sarah Lakali, and Jujan. The mystic of peace. I am peace. When my mind is clear, the way is clear. So when the mind is conquers, what have we learned? To tame that wilderness, you got to focus on something other than what you're trying to not focus on. Don't focus on your worry. Focus on the fact that you're alive and well and healthy, and that worry is a blessing to remind you of something you've been maybe ungrateful for or haven't noticed, or have been taking for granted, or however that phrase is. I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. Do you ever just talk to yourself and express things instead of bottling it up? If your ego has something to say to yourself, even talk to it. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. The language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. Give your worries space to be expressed, even if it's just to yourself. You can look in the mirror, you can just speak it out loud, you can write it, whatever it is to get it out of your repetitive thought pattern sequence. The things you think about all the time. I'm seeing these messages planetarily, that peace and light and things that people thought are impossible, maybe like, how people say a utopia is impossible. Well, there's a patron saint of impossible causes, so it can't be that impossible. This whole thing about different land, some snow melting, water being cleaned, things being protected. It seems like there's going to be a wave of peace. I don't know if you've ever heard that song or the Great Bell chant. It's called The End of Suffering. It feels like that. Pressure on mountains that are covered in snow and sunlight and wind. 8 and 7. There's 3 different things, like 3 different paths this is going. One is with pregnancy. You're going to be okay, so is your baby, etc. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I don't want to involve, different energies in that. The other one is there's people who are really hard on themselves over little things. And then the third is snow melting and then more land being available. Like the earth gives birth to more land. I don't know how to explain this. There's something from the earth. Now I'm seeing it as a business too, a business bringing in like a sister business type of thing. Like, what are they called? A merger of 2 different businesses. It's kind of like, I don't remember what it was before. It was like the telephone services when they were still mostly landlines. I think it was called Bell. And then something happened with AT&T and they bought them out, or I don't know. It's just going in so many different directions. It's like new energy, new land, new mentality because of something wise and watery, some form of creation. Maiden, mother, crumb. And then deserts blooming. Oh. When was the previous time you felt that feeling within yourself? Maybe that's what this is about. Some part of you individuals watching this that have kind of frozen over. Maybe some things you've become cold to. Do you remember what it was like before that coldness? I think I'm going to close this out because this is going in so many different directions. Let me see if there's anything else. Please. Anything else? Your cup overflow it. Holy Spirit, clean water, lotus blooms, and coming out of nowhere to give you something amazing. And what you're going to feel from it is very, very pleasant. The Holy Trinity. Oh, I was going to say it, but now I have to. Right when I said the Holy Trinity, right, with those three circles, I also saw past, present, future, and then I saw Maiden, Mother, Crone, and then Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. And then comes out the Magdalene figure with the yin yang and the black and white balancing all 5 points. Okay, spirit guides are asking to point this out. The in-between of the black and white of the yin yang, in addition to the little light part, the messenger that's in the dark, and then the dark messenger that's in the light. There's a place where it's supposed to be neutral for everybody, for like a peaceful place. It's like that place has been kind of forgotten. It's like divine neutrality, but not complacency. Ugh. Ugh. I don't want to read about that. There's other readers for that. If you guys are involved in anything that's 5 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 3 of Cups, try to not be involved in stuff like that to the best of your abilities. Because there's like a yin-yang thing going on, balancing, the harmonization. Don't be that thing back there. Be more of the person internally that's blessing the water and the home and the fire and the earth and the stars and the plants, where you're using your mouth and your thoughts and your actions to bless things around you. You know, sometimes we look at things and we're like, oh, what are we going to do with this? What are we going to do with that? Or, you know, we look at our own features and we're like, oh, I hate this and I hate that. Well, that energy gets saved in the water of your cells. So if this is just an individual message for someone, then speak better to that water. The very essence of things that materialized around you into material objects, speak to them, bless them. That way you're surrounded with good energy. Because there's people running around doing a lot of complaining about a lot of things. And that energy is also being ingrained in things. And if there's with the other cards earlier, like if the earth is giving birth or something, or raising its vibration, and it's kind of going from a frequency bandwidth of, whatever her HERTZ to, like, 50 to 75 or whatever. Then the 75 becomes the baseline and the 50 isn't there anymore. That becomes farther down in the other side. But then there's the middle space, and then your choices, your actions, your words. Doesn't matter about all the other stuff, just each little lily pad. There's some other stuff going on here that I don't want to get into, and because it'll just loop back into this thing again, which is the thread that gets distorted. Speak well of yourself and those around you so that the vibrational shift, when those seas are calm, you're doing this, not this. Even though this is okay, and you're, foundations, and you're above the water, you know which way you want to go, etc. But if internally it's this, then you might regret not picking that one over there. See what I hope this makes sense. Because if you do this first with your immediate environment, then this becomes a choice between good and gooder, not between black and white. It doesn't become a choice between good and evil or how to balance things out. It becomes a choice between a higher quality of choices and options. So those two wands to pick from, on one part of the staircase, they can be starting your own coffee shop or starting your own clothing line. But in the next thing, after having done this vibrationally for a while and aligning to that level of simplicity in life, those things can be, a shop that has multiple different items for sale. And then the next thing is how you're going to hire more people to work in a place that's nationwide, not just one location. The same choices, but a higher elevation of quality, because this happens first. So when you feel good, when you have that energy, put it into your form, your body, your surrounding, your world. Speak well of your neighbors, of the trees outside, of nature, of the weather. You know how many people complain about how terrible the weather is all the time? What would the weather be like if they all, blessed the weather every day? Probably be a lot better. There's someone coming into your life that's going to help you build something. Wow, that looks so cool. Look at that. Magic. This looks like, I'm looking at it from whoever you guys are, from your point of view, going to 3 other people to work on something beautifully, like to balance things out, to heal things. I never noticed he's holding a sword in his hand. Look at that. It's like a piece of glass or a sword on a stick. I don't even know. It like changes the entire concept of this card completely. Instead of building a better foundation and structure, they're clarifying what's already there and putting more truth into it, cutting out the BS and putting the right things back in again. Even the light shining from the windows, it's not a stained glass window, it's like just light. And the two people that are usually outside of it, there's no Five of Pentacles. It's like holding on to those things, but then giving them right out. Like sharing the abundance and the wealth and the goodness and the good feelings and the blessings. Harmonious interactions in 3 dimensions, I suppose, on the earthly plane. If you can do that within yourself and around you, you're going to notice within 21 days things are going to change. Slowly, like every day, they're going to be different. But you got to remember your neural network too, your brain. It takes 21 days to really, supposedly, you can do it overnight instantly or with just one decision. But if you're kind of uncertain, wibbly wobbly, then don't even give yourself a timeline of 21 days of anything, breaking a habit or starting a new one. Just work on what you enjoy. Work on what feels nice for you. Stuff that puts a smile on your face, that, when you smile and nobody notices. Do more of that stuff for yourself. Some of you masculines would really benefit from, look, all these female cards in front of a masculine, and then behind the masculine it's the Chariot and the Devil. There's a big thing about how the energy you're in daily, your persona, your personality, whoever you guys are, softening it, allowing your perception of yourself to gain some variety. Like, look at yourself the way you would want your partner to look at you. Look at your body features the way you want your partner to look at them. Look at the world around you, the continents and everything, the thing that makes you feel about the world. But instead of feeling that crap, add some sensuality, some subtleness, some romance, some roses, some petals, some softness. Change things, even if it's a little thing. Buy some nail polish, or if you've always had long hair, maybe cut your hair shorter a little bit. Do something different until you can feel more at ease within your own skin, even around stuff like this. Where it's like, even if they're angry, they're going to come to you because they know that you're going to be that peaceful person. Even the snake's over there, like, hey, and she's not stepping on the snake. So, nope, that one has a right to live too. Your feminine side, your masculine side. When people say love yourself, there's one of the little things you can do that kind of helps is date yourself. Really look at yourself. What if tomorrow you woke up the opposite gender? What would the things how would your behavior be different? If you incorporate a little bit of that in your behavior now, today, how much better would your day go? Probably, it would cause a ripple effect of changes. Small ones, but good ones. Even the kid's not afraid. But if you're going to keep both sides limited by what tell you, then that's how you're going to be expressing yourself in that situation. And it's not really inhibition, it's kind of like a cookie cutter mindset. This is what's supposed to happen next. That's what's supposed to happen after that. This goes there and this goes there. And this person does this and that person does that. They clean this and we cook that. And then that, it's, what if it was the opposite though? How would you feel? What if there was a movie, or maybe somebody should make this movie, where it's like they switch places? Would you still love you? Yes, you would. Look at that. So don't ignore that part. See? Maybe it's even back to the continent thing. Maybe it's someplace you've been wanting to go. Eight of Cups, Four of Cups. But you haven't gone because of, thoughts, emotions, and patterns. Look back 4 years. Maybe something you've been wanting to do 4 years ago, 4 months ago, 4 weeks ago, 4 mindsets ago. And without even noticing it, you've kind of been in the Five of Cups in some way, haven't? Maybe some of you can always get big over the Six and the Seven. So there's no connection with something or a piece of yourself, and then there's no confusion about it. It's just, nope, bye. What's next? What's next is you. Where is that thing? Okay, hold on. This. There's something about the masculine side that seems to be expressed or portrayed in a manipulative, cunning, snake archetype kind of ways. Most society seems to see that, right? But also in some women. But notice how in the card where it's the female with the snake, the snake's not in danger, it's not hissing, it's just kind of going right along. But here, with the masculine character, it's all wrapped up and almost ready to strike because it's uneasy. So internally, there might be something within you guys that's uneasy about how you're being with yourself and others, with that other part of you. That other part of you holds the key to your happiness. Something within you has got to change and allow yourself to see yourself more like yourself. Whatever that is to you, that's your manifestation. It's your thing. It's you and who you are. Individualized and not mixed with previous things that you thought you were supposed to behave like. You can do things differently. There's certain words I feel like I should be using, like tenderness, softness, more like romance towards itself, having more candles and soft things in the house, like pillows and blankets, and just kind of make things gentler. That way your subconscious can kind of step down from having to feel like it needs to defend itself or attack. And you can just kind of rest and enjoy life and people and all their uniqueness and weirdness. And then when you see stuff like this, you can help. Because you know yourself you didn't want to be in that. Now, this is a whole other message I don't know much about here, but I know a lot of you are other card readers that watch this, so I think this is important. My goodness. King of Wands, Ace of Swords, Temperance, the Tower, the High Priestess, Judgment, the Sun, the Hierophant, and then the Five Pentacles. and the Star and the Six of Wands. That, oh my goodness, that entire little thread of energy that I don't want to read about feels like the Lion and the Strength card. Like, it's a lot of that. If you're feeling that, try to be real logical with yourself, real clear, real honest. Don't let the mind chatter get to you. Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords, soothe the mind chatter and the emotions. That way you're not contributing to that to yourself. Yeah, I'm not reading that energy. Sorry, Five Swords. Right. What else? Not for the, whatever that Jerry Springer stuff is. Justice. Okay, thank you. Dirt. Oh, that's why this is connected to those things. The same way these people in any kind of field or whatever is going on were doing all sorts of stuff, right? I don't know. Whatever they were doing. That same mentality is or was the same mentality in people that was causing them to internally be, I use this word very respectfully, but douchebags. It's kind of like that high school bully mentality, but it didn't grow up. And they were doing that. So think back when you were in high school, when you were in those positions where you felt like that. King of Swords, Ten of Swords, Seven of Cups. Do you remember what that felt like? Either being the bully or being bullied. Attempt to become more cognizant of that persona in your day-to-day behavior. I can almost guarantee you we all do it in small ways. There's still ways where it's like sometimes something happens and I'm right back in that high school mentality of being like, oh no, I'm the little nerd in the corner just eating my lunch by myself. And then I'm like, oh wait, I like it. So be aware of how you were back then and see how it's playing out in your now. Because it's affecting something in the inner self-worth sector of your emotional being and your mental state, which then also goes into the masculine and feminine sides of yourself and how you express them daily. Which then goes into what we were talking about earlier, blessing the things around you, including the water you consume and actual parts of your body, like all parts of your body. Even every wrinkle has a story to tell. If you have abs, thank your abs, thank yourself, thank your muscles, thank your body, thank your heart, your organs, your liver, your butt, your forehead, your hair. Bless every part of you. And then bless the world around you with a blessed vessel. That way you're walking on the earth and not hurting the earth with that negative energy, which then causes energetically, planetarily, things to echo and backlash that way. With natural disasters and all that stuff, which is basically just on a global scale, it's the energy people create in those neighborhoods and environments because of their thoughts, actions, and words. a whole lot of stuff. Some of you might want to watch this twice or watch some parts of it again. There's a lot of stuff you can work on internally and share with your soul tribes to help them heal. And remember, it was the yin yang in the beginning. It's not just about one side or another, it's a whole family of life. Respect for all life, not just, one or the other. All of them. You need all the life with the pentacles: earth, air, fire, and water. There's slugs that live near volcanoes. Even they have families, I don't know who this is. It doesn't feel like someone or some energy that usually is around, but it also feels very global. It's like there's something planetarily that's going on that I'm personally not aware of. I don't watch the news or anything like that, but it seems like there's something in front of mankind that they're not seeing because they're looking at something else, or they're lost in the past, or they're worried about the future. Because in the right now, there's something right there, and it's like true love for them. And I say them because it's like, look at all the stuff around you, whoever you are, wherever you are. I mean, you could at least pour some of those emotions into the plants. Look at them; they're not even growing. Like, why is that person just sitting in brambles? I don't get it. If you're in that feeling, a really neat trick you can use is to get angry at yourself. Let your shadow side benefit you in situations where you're like this. Be your own tough love. That way, anytime you get like this again, you'll remember, like, nope, but nope. But I'll just procrastinate for a little longer. It's okay. There'll be other fish in the sea. It's okay. There'll be another opportunity like that. It's okay. No, well, that's a hand right out of the divine, the heavenly realms. You might want to pay attention to what you're doing day to day that's causing you to miss that in your day to day life. Because it's something you can control. The choice to not see that. Some of you are having such a great life. There's so much light in your life that you can't really see the little things being offered to you. So it's like, even if you're at a really high vibration, take a moment out of your day to notice the simple little blessings. And if you're at a really low vibration, take a moment and remember, life can be better. It can be. There's absolutely no reason why it can't be. Other than that, mentality. And if you can change that mentality, then what's the problem? Nothing. Ta-da! I know I'm oversimplifying it, but it's better than overcomplicating it. That way you can find that balance point in between and not do that to yourself anymore. And whenever you get like this, pay attention to that within you instead. Remember compassion. Someone in this state isn't going to find that answer looking at those things. It's like watching a pot of water boil. When you get like that, go back to that. What if it was your girlfriend who got like spaced out overthinking for an hour? Would you just let her sit there, or him or her? Then don't let yourself do that either. But nope, no. That's so cute. Look at this. She's standing there all confused and stuff, and I'm giving you this advice like, nope, that's what you're supposed to do. And then you get that. Thank you, Holy Spirit. You're so adorable. I love you and love you. Bye. Anything else? Because I'm going to go. My coffee isn't cold. No. This again. Some of you are dealing with energetic bullies, and I don't want to get into it, but you will find the strength within you to stand up to those bullies. You will. And you'll do it with grace, and you'll do it with style, and you'll do it with light and kindness and honesty and truth. And you're going to remember you don't need to argue every point or stop at every barking dog or try to fix everyone's problems or be a martyr for anything or have to, no. Some things you just don't need to hold on to. Some things are excess. Take those up and just go with one. Might be scary, might be confusing, but hey, better than that. And what's the solution to this? Every single time. Hey, Rebecca. The solution to this is communication. Every single time. So don't do that. Don't do that. Don't use this as an excuse. Don't let these tempt you, fool you, or, make you afraid or whatever. Don't get lost in this. Don't hold on to those versions because reality and a version of you can be and already exists that's not dealing with that stuff. So meditate and kind of connect with that version of you. Play pretend. Or go watch go watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'll watch that again tonight. It's really good. We can pretend we're watching it together. That'll be great. Okay. Again with this Emperor, bro. Emperor and Prudence. Okay, this is like probably going to be for somebody completely different, or you guys all know these people, but it's a father figure in someone's life who does a lot of work and they're tired of conflict and pain. And it would be advisable for you guys, if you have a father figure, to be really gentle with them. Really wise. Be good kids to your daddies and mommies. There's something going on internally with them. This might be a message for every person with your parents. There's a lot of unsaid things. So try to say those things. Do those things. Feel those things. It doesn't feel bad. It doesn't feel doom and gloom at all. At all. Okay? There's no spooky, scary message at all. It's just appreciate them. Appreciate them and all the stuff they went through. All the silent suffering. Oh my God. People suffer in silence so much without saying anything to each other. And then they end up being like this. And underneath that is someone who's just holding on to all that. Because they don't have anywhere to do that. Because they have to be that. So if children can be better towards the parents, then not only does the karmic energy, the akashic, the celestial, the earthly, the ancestral, and the descendant energy clear out. But it also gives you a day-to-day better experience with your elders, because you get to see that they went through all this a long time ago. And maybe they'll heal because they're watching you heal. Or you help them because you're watching something, maybe like this video or something else somewhere, and you show that to them because they're not very good with the internet. They don't even know how to send a text message. But you seeing some funny stuff on the internet and you showing it to them might give them a laugh, and they might talk to you. All these older people who live here in the building I live in, they have the most amazing stories. But the stuff they've been through and the stuff they're experiencing that keeps them kind of stuck. It's such simple stuff, but they weren't taught, they weren't shown that way. So they've carried that burden for a long time. And if you can help them kind of set some of those burdens down, then do so. Help them get out of their head. This is for the people who have elders in their life. That's anybody from your parents, your elder siblings, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles. Be more tender with them. Okay, last one. Seriously. I changed my chair into this recliner, and this recliner is so low. So it's like when I turn the camera on the table, okay. Hi. Hi. Sorry, I'm genuinely not hiding. Use the colors of the medicine wheel with ancestral winds to help you heal from the methods and patterns of the underworld and lower world that you're trying to elevate from, whoever you guys are. This might not be for everybody. This could be for everybody. I don't know. But it's some manipulation of energy, the colors of that rainbow, the wind. So your emotions, your thoughts, controlling them in a better way that brings healing. So first you got to become aware of the bad mentalities, patterns, habits, etc. So you can create different pathways and move away from certain things and incorporate new things. I feel like this is going to be for those who have some kind of an addiction to something. You have the power to fix that, because you're not broken. That addiction was helping you cope with an emotional state you weren't ready to give away. You weren't ready to heal because the pain you were probably feeling, if you had given it away, if you had healed it, it might have made what happened back then seem less real. So in some subconscious way, you probably held on to that pain because it helped make things more real. Something that was gone. And that's okay. You'll always live in the wind, whatever it was. God never forgets. So whatever happened, try to elevate how you feel about it. If it was something bad, try to maybe just think about how it bettered you in some slight way. If it was something sad and you lost something, don't let go of the bad memories. Keep replaying the good memories. And the bad memories will just go on their own. But if you try to block out all the memories, including the bad ones, the good ones go. And then that person, place, or thing, your mind won't have those many paths to bring you those memories, to remind you and give you, a good recollection of something. Please let that make sense, because I don't know how else I could even say that. When we try to not remember something, it leaves a hole inside of us. So instead of trying not to remember it not differently, but feel differently about what you're remembering. That way you're not giving your subconscious signals to not remember something. You're not becoming a dark magician to your own mind. If a bad memory comes up, witness it and kind of let it go. If a good memory comes up, witness it, store it, or let it go. But don't get stuck in it. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, whatever. That's how a lot of people get stuck in that mental maze. It's like sometimes it's not about left or right, forward or backwards, or secret passages or anything like that. Sometimes it's just let it be. Elevate, go above, go through, go around, maybe teleport, something. Don't just get stuck there. If it's a bad memory, if it's a good memory, honor it, elevate it. Take pictures or make a collage of something. Make a quilt of all the pieces of clothing or whatever it is that has you look fondly at whatever it was you experienced that had you afraid to turn a corner in your life. Even with something as simple as energetic behaviors, mentalities, or things you think about or do daily. Sorry, I'm not flicking you off. I just noticed I'm holding cards really weird. Whoever told you it's stronger for you to be quiet about your suffering was begging you to ask them what hurt them to keep them silent. Don't stay quiet if something hurts you. Breathe it out and let it out. But do it kindly. As kindly as you can. Sometimes, let those emotions come out however they come out. But don't abandon yourself when those emotions do come out or need to come out. I'm going to go because I need to restart this computer because the hamster in it is making that rattling noise. I don't know if you can hear it. Oh my goodness. I love you. I hope this helps. I hope it was. Oh, we're under an hour. Okay, good. And it wasn't a lot of words. Anyway, I hope it helps. And remember, TLDR, be your own boyfriend, girlfriend. Look at yourself how your boyfriend, girlfriend would look at you. And then do it again, because don't let your judgment get in the way. Because at first you might be insulting to yourself. You have a good night too, Rebecca. Thanks for popping in. I think I'll do another one of these tomorrow. I'm starting to get the signal from my spirit guides in a clearer way when they want me to do these videos. Because I keep looking for something and I'm like, what am I looking for? And today I'm like, oh, I'm the one that's supposed to be posting something. Whoops. So I started this. Tomorrow I might do another one. Anyway, I hope it helps. I hope you guys have a great night, and I don't know, be good. Doesn't matter your religion, doesn't matter your affiliation, it doesn't matter your race, gender, whatever. I don't give a shit. Just be a good person. And I don't mean like, stop to pet every dog, but just be good to yourself and those around you without harming anybody. It's not that difficult. And simplify your environment. Oh my God, if I have to read about this one more day at all, I'd like to tell somebody to declutter. Like I was going to declutter today and I'm like, I don't even know what else to declutter. So can you guys just sort it out? Thanks. Okay, for real though, I'm going to go. It's an hour. Have a good night.